While the third generation Chargers are not the most rare and desirable and valuable Mopar muscle cars on the planet, for our owner, this 1972 Charger 404-speed SE is priceless. All we have left is install the rear bumper, front seats, dash assembly, and this car is ready to go back to its owner.
This time on Graveyard Cars, Dave and Allysa work on the center console for Torino's Hemi GTX.
This is really neat because it kind of follows suit right through the interior.
Mark and Royal get an old Power Wagon and remember an old friend. Will preps the Phantom Cuda for its final paint. Allysa digs up some history on the Gold Charger and hopes to take Bill Goldberg's GTX convertible for a spin.
No, I want you to wreck Goldberg's car and then explain it to him.
Coming up on this episode of Graveyard Cars.
Coming to get you, Barbara. It has been established that the unburied dead are coming back to life.
I'm Mark Warman, and together we bring dead muscle cars back to life, to exactly the way they were on the day they were born.
This station will remain on the air day and night.
Dave and Allysa are getting ready to build out the center console for Torino's super rare 67 Hemi GTX convertible.
We're still waiting on that convertible top to be installed by Larry, so we can kind of get ahead of the game a little bit. Our carpet came in, so we can get our console all built out and kind of get ahead on the interior.
I was actually just going to ask if it's going to be similar to when I installed the console in the Goldberg's GTX.
Yeah.
Or is this going to be totally different?
Exact same console.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yep, same console. The only thing different on this one is the shifter handle. We got everything laid out on the table, a lot of different pieces. This here is mounted in the front of the console, so this part's like shoved up underneath your dashboard, so you know you're not going to get a lot of sun on it. So that's a really good piece to save so you can match up your color. Our buddy Tony reproduces these center consoles for the B-bodies. But as you can see, if you flip it upside down, it's black. And so all his consoles are molded in black. And so to get this, blue color, I obviously, took this piece here to match it, and then we got with Will, and we ordered the paint, and Will shot it for us.
Wow.
So you can see it matches perfect.
What about all this? Is this new?
Everything on the car is basically original. It's never been re-chromed or redone or anything. So I just kind of go through with your chrome polish you can get at the auto parts store, and the chrome polish works great. You can see this is all the trim for the side. I was able to get it all polished, and all his lights. These mount in the sides of the console. So all the individual pieces, I kind of go through and polish them all up ahead of time. So either I'm not doing it on the console. It's a lot easier to do them when they're off the piece.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I mean, we even detail out the light sockets. These here, I had all surface rust on them.
Oh my
So I wire wheel them and then clear coat them so they look brand new, And these little boogers here, this harness is expensive. So to replace that, so yeah, we recondition every original piece that we can.
So what do we start with first?
So what we'll do is we'll probably start with the carpet. And this is that piece I was telling you about. It's like made out of like a fiberboard carpet or this cardboard. And so the new reproduction ones are plastic. And they have a pretty decent shape. They're pretty close, but we try to keep everything original in these cars, as well as I do, Everything that came with the car, we want the car to leave with. So we'll use a heat gun, try to loosen up that glue a little bit, make it a little easier to peel that off.
Meanwhile, Mark and Royal set out to pick up an old familiar Dodge Power Wagon, one that brings back a lot of old memories.
Recently, I had an opportunity to purchase a vehicle that was kind of part of both Royal and I's childhood, 76 Dodge 3/4 ton pickup. It belonged to a guy named Butch Peterson. The very first Mopar I ever owned was because of Butch Peterson. Royal, you had a couple of Barracudas you bought from him.
64 and a half and a 65.
That he bought from him. So the two guys you see, these two Mopar guys before you, both started into Mopars heavily was because of Butch Peterson. Anyway, we're getting ready to see if we can get the truck running. If we can get it running, we're gonna take the Aladdin out, give it a bath, and do a little cruising around the neighborhood old school style. I don't think there's even a battery in it, is there? No. All right.
Nope.
I've got one on the Charger.
Wow. Wow, I don't think this has seen the light of day in quite some time.
Recognize that?
Oh, yeah.
He never put it back on.
Neither did we when we were kids.
The Dodge Power Wagon was released to the public in 1946, making it the first mass-produced civilian 4x4. It was based on a 1945 model used by U.S. troops in World War II.
Got a ladder for a fat guy?
Get the fork. What are you doing?
I was gonna take that off so we pour some down the carburetor.
Okay, but we need to put fuel in the car too.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Oop, that too.
Strange little minded human being, aren't you?
Well, you're just not on the same page as me, buddy.
No, I know it. Never have been.
Dude. Are you looking at hooking a hose up to the pump, the fuel pump? Looks like a new fuel pump.
What do you mean a hose? There's no hose going to it?
Yeah. You want to hook a tank up to it or run the hose into a gas can from the pump?
No.
Oh, you just pour gas in it?
Go get the fuel can, the drum, and it's got a pump.
Oh.
And we'll just put fuel in the actual truck. He's lost his mind. I don't know what he thinks he's gonna do. He wants to pour fuel down a carburetor to get it running, but we haven't even got the fuel yet.
Mark's being Mark. So rather than just hook it up to the fuel pump, bypass all the problems, he wants to go through the fuel tank. That's okay. What Mark wants, Mark gets.
You know, I've been dragging cars out of backyards for 40 years. Very rarely do you just fire one up and have it just work perfectly the very first time. Whoa. What the hell's that?
I don't know. It doesn't sound like the motor.
Okay, so we got our carpet on and it's drying. While we're waiting for this to dry, what can we do next?
We can go ahead and put a light in. So
Okay.
that's cool. So you got these mounted in the rear door panels that light up the back seats, and then you got them up here that light up the floors of the front seats. Whereas on the 68 of Goldberg's car, he has these in the consoles, but they changed the rear door panels and just got like a little courtesy light. It's like a hole in the rear door panel that kind of shines down.
Oh, okay.
So this is really neat because it kind of follows suit right through the interior. Now when this light goes in, you want it to shine on the floor. So it only goes in two positions. If you put it in like that, you can see that shines on the floor, and that's where it needs to be. Then it's just a yard of putting the 2 screws in there, and I'll start them. Then I'll have you run them in there. And that'll take care of our nice cool light. So neat seeing the amount of chrome that they put on these old cars, you know.
I know.
You just don't see that anymore. You know, if there was a light in a car like that, it would just be black. Or else it would just be a light. You know, they wouldn't dress it up and make a fancy bezel and all that cool stuff, you know. Yeah, this is an OE. That's the exact way the console looked in '67. I mean, of course, the chrome was a lot better shape. We didn't have any of the chrome work done on this, you know, because this is a daily driver. But that's the way it looked, right off the showroom floor. So it's just laying the carpet in there, putting the seats in, and bolting that console in there, and it's done.
So just a few more days until test drive?
Yeah, yeah.
What the hell's that? That's a weird sound.
That's exhaust.
That's exhaust? That's exhaust?
Oh yeah, it's rattling the beat. Oh God, look at that. You gotta look at those, man. Those are some homemade mufflers.
Oh no.
Look at that.
Well, that's just insane. Where's the exhaust off the thing?
I don't know.
Why would you do that?
Dude, why did we do the things we did to cars back then?
I never did that.
Well, you did some weird.
No, I never did any weird. That was you.
No?
And I know you love that stuff. You love that kind of exhaust. But me, I'm more the stock guy.
Where do you come
that-
up with this stuff?
I come up with it from 1976, 1977, Plymouth Barracuda, 64
Dude, you were
and a half.
drunk from 75 to 85.
I quit drinking in 83. No, I was drunk in 85. Doesn't matter. What were you doing back then, Panama Red?
With the storm front rolling in, Mark and Royal put the Dodge on hold. Meanwhile, Allysa has just learned that the ghouls took Goldberg's GTX out for a test drive without her.
All right, into the steam chamber.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Alyssa, how's it going?
Good. Except for it's freezing out here.
It
Oh my
is
God.
cold and it's raining like a mad dog. You can hear it on the roof.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I saw the GTX is pulled out front.
Yeah, me and your dad, Royal, took it for a spin the other day.
I was hoping I was going to be around for the test drive.
Oh,
Yeah.
I might take it out for a spin a little bit later if you want to take a ride with me.
Well, I was kind of hoping I could drive it.
Ew, that's a sore subject. I thought your driving privileges were revoked.
I think it's been about a year since I've stolen the Challenger. I just feel like it's been drug out at this point for so long. It's ridiculous. I could ask my dad.
Yeah, that's been a while.
I'll go talk to him and see and let you know.
I think she's got a lot of work to do, buttering up and stuff to get her dad to give her driving privileges back. So it's going to take some doing. Yeah,
Sounds
cool.
good. I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go tell him that I want my driving privileges back. I think it's been long enough.
10 minutes? All right.
Meanwhile, in the body shop, Will preps the Phantom Cuda for its final paint.
It's all seam sealed through here. The hood and the deck lid have already been painted, cut and buffed, and I've got those over there to Dave. So when this car comes, sweet.
William,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
up in me office, minding my own beeswax.
What are you doing up in the office?
Having a little bit of egg muffin, having my breakfast, as Tony McKinley used to call it, breakfast, and I smells it, you know what I'm saying? I smells final paint in the air. I know where we're at basically in the shop, but when I haven't heard from Will for a little while, if he's not up in there whining or wanting a coffee in the kitchen from Aaron or something, that means he's probably busy. So if he's busy, I want to know what he's doing. And it hit me out of the blue when I was sitting up there that I bet he's getting ready to do that final paint. Because last I saw, he was doing the final sand on it, and I had lined up all the panels. So, 2 + 2 = 4. What you doing, old buddy?
I'm getting ready to do the final paint on this. I was trying to hurry up and get it wrapped up before you got out here.
Looking good. Got a couple little peekaboos. What's your plan on those?
He wants it to sign off on everything. I mean, he said it, but it's just time consuming. Having to stop what you're doing, go up and get him. We would much rather just leave him up there so that way we can just continue going. You okay? God, you see why I try to get these done without you coming out.
So much. Oh. Everything's okay. Everything's okay.
With the GTX console built out, Dave and Allysa move over to the 72 Charger and its bumper.
This is our 3rd generation Charger, 1972 Dodge Charger SE 400 Magnum 4-speed car. It's one of 126 built. So really cool car. We basically did everything on it. It's getting to the point where it's almost done. So we just got to put this back bumper on it, which you're going to help me with today. Well, basically what we have here is all our components for our back bumper on this Charger. You can see, plain and simple, we got our tail light lenses. These right here are tail light housings. This is that cool little flip down or flip up license plate I was telling you about. And you can see the filler neck for the gas. So this will sit right there and flip up to expose that. So that'll be kind of neat. And then there's our bumper shell. All these components will go together, and then right back here we got our huge bumper brackets. They're monsters. And then those will actually bolt to that, and then you can see the holes in the back. That'll kind of fit right into that back end of the car and build out that whole back end.
I want to start painting these at night.
Actually, the lines look really good, William.
Thank you.
This is a big deal. This is a big one. I don't think you quite understand the gravity, not a word used a lot around your house.
Fuck off.
When it comes to painting this car, the world is watching. All right? Everybody in the world's watching. The stage is set. This is the final act. This is the big enchilada. All right? You're either going to get people getting up out of their seats, throwing popcorn at you and walking out, or standing and clapping at the end. Which one do you want? You want the applause, right?
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this, get the paint mixed up and get going.
Okay, I am going to.
Go write a check.
I sense your nervousness.
My what?
Your nervousness.
My nervousness.
Yeah, you're very nervous right now. You're very worried about how this is going to come out.
No, I'm not. It's
That's
no
what
di-
I'm here
This
for.
is no.
I'm here to help you feel calmer and more relaxed about the situation. Right now, all the sheet metal looks like it's buttoned down,
It's an
locked
orange
down, ready
car.
to go.
It's an orange Cuda.
Okay.
It's not
I'm
that-
going to.
I'm just gonna spray it like I did every other one.
I'm just going to bring you in. I'm going to bring you in. I'm the third base coach. You can appreciate that, coach. And I'm just going to wave you in when it's time for the big homer, the big home run, the big
And what part is
out
that?
of the park.
When I put color on it, is the home run?
When you walk out of this booth and everybody's left chanting your name, that, and only that, is when you were finished. And you will know for the first time in your life that you weren't just another bum from the neighborhood. All you gotta do,
All right, so hey.
go the distance.
Right, okay, so this is no different than the other car. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. So we needed to maybe start like a night shift, you know, because he goes home by 6, he's tired. And then we'll start spraying these at night, get this knocked out, because this is, well, I will when it's time. This is ridiculous, so, yeah.
You run like your ass is on fire. You run, you fan the flames, and when you hit that base, you slide for all it's worth and you don't care who gets hurt, all right? I don't know what all that means.
So let's go ahead and
What do we
move
put on
on.
next?
Well, what I want to do is we'll grab that one bracket there, and I'll get these in there, and I'll hold it, and you can get the nuts on the back of it maybe.
They're gonna go on this side?
On the back side, yeah. Can you feel the stud there? Nice. All right.
That?
What do you think, boss?
Beautiful.
Doesn't it look beautiful? Very nice.
Why'd you smell it?
The smell of nice fresh chrome. That's on there. So let's go ahead and why don't you grab that license plate deal there and let's see if we can figure out that contraption. Yeah, so there we go. Check that out, huh?
Looks good.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So now we gotta do is flip her over and then we'll start working on our bumper brackets so we can actually get it put on the car. Okay, we got our taillight assemblies in there. Everything's kind of built out. Got our cool license plate cover on there. So all we got to do now is grab those big old bumper brackets.
Okay.
Okay, looks good there. So we got one here.
Looks
That's
good.
sitting down in there. Yeah, that looks great. It's nice and flat, and that's what we want to see.
Too easy.
Yeah, that's nice. So what I'll do is I'll grab us some bumper bolts here, kind of put them in there and make sure that that head sits flat. Then your washer will go on there first, and then your lock washer, and then the nut.
Oh, okay. Right.
So let's flip it towards us like that.
Right.
Now we were talking earlier, our wiring harnesses, they got to go through these holes right here.
All right.
Okay, so when we get it up there, we're gonna have to kind of hold it in place and get those up in there. There you go. Try to use my knee too on them if you have to.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, they don't look too bad. Our gaps look good. We're missing one thing.
The license plate.
Yeah, you want to put that on?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Shoot, this car really came together nice.
Looks
Awesome.
good.
Good job on that.
That was
Thanks for your help.
fun.
High five.
I thought the bumper rebuild went really well. I thought we didn't run into any problems. It went on really well, only a couple tries, so
Yeah, it went great. She did a great job. So whenever that dash comes in, you could throw those front seats in, the center console, and yeah, we'll fire her up and take it out for a spin. Sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds great.
How's my day going? It's all right. It's just the same misery and hideousness it always is. Yeah.
Hey, are you busy?
I am
Super.
doing what I thought you'd be able to do if I hired you here, but I guess it didn't work out. How can I help you?
Well, really?
Yeah, day-coated heater hoses, upper and lower radiator hoses, starter heater shield, heat shield.
Maybe if you didn't have me doing haircuts and human resources and all the other things you got me
How can I
doing.
help you?
I saw the GTX in the assembly room. Looked like it'd been pulled
There's
out.
two GTXs in the assembly.
Goldbergs.
Oh, Mr. William
one that
Goldberg's
runs, you know.
1968 Plymouth GTX
Yeah.
440.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the one.
Super
The one I helped
Commando.
put the interior in, you know?
Super Commando.
I'm not playing the game.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyways, it looks...
4-speed.
Yeah. Oh my God. Looks like you took it out.
354 Dana.
I go into my dad's office with a point and I leave just shell-shocked. I mean, he likes to go around the point. Must have been nice taking the GTX out for a test drive.
was a
That must
beautiful
have been
day.
real
It was
nice.
gorgeous, yeah.
Yeah, wind in your hair.
Yeah.
The 3 strands you have left.
Okay, I still have a fairly. So don't. Because I can wear that too. That's the
Seriously?
point. So if I do lose my hair,
Please don't
which I
ever
won't,
wear that, ever.
I can wear
That
that
looks
anywhere I
terrible,
want
Dad.
to, especially
It's
when I'm on
embarrassing.
tour. It's not taking me long to figure out exactly what it is that she wants, and I know what she wants, and she's not going to get it. You're not going to drive the car. You don't. You've earned your privileges.
I really can't do it. It's been 8 months. I haven't earned back my privileges yet.
No, I'm not giving those privileges back. Those are privileges you earn. And if you don't earn them, I'm not gonna give them to you. And she hasn't earned them yet.
All right, good talk like always. It's been so much fun. Now that I think about it, I was trying to teach him a lesson of responsibility. What are you doing letting a car like that sit out there with no insurance on it? What do you think's gonna happen?
That's crazy. That's like knocking a little old lady in the head for her Social Security check, and then later she should thank you because she needed to go on a diet. Because that makes no sense. Here's the problem. She's never done time in prison. That's the problem, all right? I had a friend of mine who went to prison, all right? Anyway, I went to visit him, and he had been in a fight the night before because one of the guys was laughing at him when he was taking a dump because they don't shield you in there. You're out there doing an open dump, what they call an open dump. And he was laughing at him saying, oh, what's it hurt? What's all those noises and stuff, right? And Jerry reached down and in his hand and threw it at the dude and hit him in the back. And it started a prison riot. So those are my kinds of stories. What was the question?
Mark gets ready to build out the brakes for the 1970 Lemon Twist Roadrunner.
So what you see here is the original K-member that the car started life with. This is a 70 Roadrunner 383 car. So all the components that are on it, the sway bar brackets, the strut rods, the lower control arms, they look beautiful because we've reconditioned them. We put our brand new PST Performance Suspension Technologies suspension pieces in it, but that is at the point where it's ready for the spindles. And that's what we're going to talk about now. So you see that I have this one marked 70B body drum. This is the point, this is the key point right here. The one in my left hand, this backing plate, this brake drum, these brake shoes. That would give you the manual drum or power drum brake setup. As far as that front end goes, you've got that front end if you've got manual drum brakes, or if you've got disc, you've got that whole setup. It's which one of these you put on. Well, these fasten to a ball joint. It's that simple. This ball joint goes into the lower control arm, like that. What I put on that from here is going to determine disc or drum. Here is our drum. I bolt this on right here where it goes with the two big fat bolts. I'll just give you a visual here, like that. And now I would put on my backing plate, which would go on next. After that, this great big bulky drum, then the brake shoes, and I would have a drum brake setup based on that knuckle. You would not know whether this car started life with it or without it based on just looking, because this is all Mopar components. Now we'll just step back. I want power disc. Let's put that spindle down, grab the Mopar factory part number. Everything that goes on this spindle is over-the-counter parts at any parts store in the world. At that point, when I tighten these down, and I put a cotter pin in it, after that, I would put my disc brake spindle on. Then the knuckle, or the spindle, will be attached to the lower control arm. I will grab my rotor with its bearings in it. I will put it on there like that. I'll put my spindle mount on there next, and that will complete my disc brake setup. And if you look at it when it's done, it will look factory Mopar because it is factory Mopar. I cannot encourage you enough to stay within the world of Mopar. Stay within the year, the make, and the model of options that could have gone on the car. In the case of the disc brakes, it makes assembling it a piece of cake because they're all factory pieces that are meant to go together. It makes maintenance of it down the road so much easier. And it just makes sense that you're keeping it all within the family of Mopar.
What are you working on?
My fuel tank finally showed up for the 69 Roadrunner convertible.
I can come over here and help you in a second. I'm just gonna take some pictures of the bumper.
Oh.
The charger that we did.
Yeah, did you see I put the bumper guards on there?
Ooh, that looks
Boy, don't those look great?
beautiful, yeah. I'm going to take some pictures and send them to the client to update them.
Awesome.
And hopefully I can get an interview. Talk to him about the dad
Oh,
thing
that'd
that
be
we're,
awesome. Yeah, about the hood and
the
everything.
custom paint.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I'm really interested to hear about that too.
Yeah, I'll let you know what I find out. So I'm gonna give Murray a phone call and hopefully get some history from him. Maybe find out why dad's inscribed on the hood. Hi, is this Murray?
It is.
Hi, this is Allysa from Graveyard Carz. Murray was such a nice guy. He had a lot of great information on his charger. I think the number one thing I was wondering about is the dad inscription on the hood of your car. From what Murray told me, his dad was kind of in and out of his life, and the Charger was the best memories that he had with his dad. So he wanted to put that on the Charger that he has now to remind him of his memories forever.
I decided when I got the car that I would put a little bit of a tribute to him on it.
Oh, that's awesome. Talking to Murray really showed me that these cars are more than just cars to people. That sometimes it's the only connection that people have left with their loved ones, with their memories, with their childhood. So the fact that we get to be a part of that is awesome. And and when the car leaves here, it's not the end, it's just the beginning. And the fact that I get to have a hand in that is amazing. Well, you should see it now. It looks beautiful.
Oh, the last 6 months of pictures have been wonderful. I've just been so excited about it.
Thank you so much for making time out of your day to talk to me today. I really appreciate that.
Not a problem.
All right, have a good evening.
All right, you too.
All right, bye.
Getting ready to put in the fuel tank on the 69 Roadrunner convertible. Pretty straightforward. We just got our tank in from OER, so I went ahead and got the pad, the blanket glued on top of it. I always glue them on because either when you're positioning the tank in, it keeps it from slipping off and having to reposition it. But really straightforward putting this here in. It's not too bad. All you really have is just your tank and these straps, and then a couple tools I got on the cart there called J-hooks. So what we'll try to do is we'll slide this tank this way here. But this here's what they call like a tank pad, like an insulation pad.
Does this help with heat as well? Or
Well, what it does is the tank will actually sit right on the floor of the trunk, or on the bottom of the trunk. And you got these straps on there, what can shift around. And as it shifts on metal and metal, it causes friction and heat, which isn't good for a fuel tank, but it'll also wear through it. So in time, it keeps rubbing, you'll wear a hole right in your tank. So they have these pads, and you put these pads in between there, and what it does is it keeps the tank from shifting underneath these straps. So.
Okay, pretty important stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, it helps out a whole bunch. So get on that side. If you look right here, see this little slot? There you go. Now we got it. See, so when that tank's in there, this strap's going to go right up and hold it in there. If you come back here, watch your head there. See this hole up here? That J-hook will go right into that hole.
Oh, okay.
And just hang down. So we have 2 of those there.
They're green, I like them.
Yeah, it's kind of neat, huh? They got like a coating on them, like a corrosion protection.
Ready to apply final paint on the Phantom Cuda, Will looks over the car one final time before spraying.
I got the Cuda in the booth right now. It's all masked up, looks good. I'm very excited to paint this car. I mean, this is the one that started the show, so being the one that paints it, when everybody sees their car, they'll be able to associate the fact that Will Scott painted it. I'm gonna try to get through this as quick as I can without seeing Mark at all. I haven't done well in the past.
I'm coming up, so you better get a party started. Come on, my Curious George.
So I don't think
Still
I'm gonna be able to
undecided.
get through the car without him knowing. Here he is.
I know I can be a bit overbearing. I'm well aware, I'm painfully aware of that. My wife tells me that all the time. The point is, though, this is the big one, right? This is the one that the whole show was built on. I'm not gonna miss out on it, all right? So yeah, I keep my ears to the ground. I make sure my little tentacles are out there, and if I think somebody's getting ready to do a final paint, I'm all over it. It's like the big fight, when you're behind you're coming out and they're calling you and you're running down the thing and everybody's screaming.
Okay, I'm gonna go get started.
It's throwing punches and stuff. And Mickey's over here. Give him hell, kid. You knock this block off. Rock. This being the day it gets its actual application of the base and the clear, the beautiful, gorgeous EV2 Tour Red in PPG base coat clear coat, you bet your sweet bottom I'm gonna be here. I have confidence in you. I don't even know if you need it.
No, I'm good. I just want to get rolling.
I understand, but Big Brother's gonna be watching in, and Big Brother is on your side this time. I'm not
Were you not on my side?
I'm not looking to win $1 million and be the last person standing, okay? No, I've always been on your side, but I think that,
Do I really have to go in there?
take a look.
You want me in there?
No, I'm fine. You keep working.
This is just more of Mark's silliness. What I'm thinking is I'll get through this car, and this is it. No more 8 o'clock in the morning shooting when everybody gets here and gets ready. I'm gonna go back to coming in at like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, get the camera crew here, get everybody here, start getting cars painted when he is in bed. Because these little talks are getting worse.
This is big boy stuff, I mean, I play around. I like to lighten things up with a little bit of comedy. This thing looks good.
I don't know. I hear he's in the booth doing
job
something.
prepping it out. There's a lot of steps to this stuff. There's a lot of motions that have to happen. That he's done a good job. So I'm going to give him a thumbs up. I've been working on.
This is the last car I'm doing. during on company time. Because this takes way too much
And
time.
I think I've done it in a way he can relate to. I think your green light go, Hoss.
So now we're ready to put our tank in. So what I'm gonna do is put this jack right here. So when we bring our tank in, we'll come in this way and then go right up in there and set it right on that jack. Well, that'll take care of our last clamp. Everything looks great. Got all our vent lines in up there, fuel lines and everything hooked up, our tank all bolted in.
Yeah, I'd say it was pretty easy, especially in comparison to all the other projects we've worked on together recently.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll go ahead and save the old tank from this car. It was in really good shape, so we'll just save it for another B-body. It's nice to have one up in the parts room.
Oh, sweet.
The bell is rung. This is your 60 seconds to catch your breath before the next round.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
You need me to cut in? You need one of those salts I put under there? You know those ones that,
God dang.
and it wakes them all up.
Okay, can I go paint?
I'm gonna be outside here waving you in.
Can we just do this? Let's get this going.
I'm out here to make sure that he does his job right, okay? Things can happen. Anything can happen. A multitude of things can happen, all right? You can have a paint gun failure, you can have an air failure, you can have a phone ring during one of your OTFs that's very difficult, and he doesn't care if we're on set. Hey, Mike, I came up with this idea. Basically, it's based on the Chip Kelly's card thing that he used to do on the sidelines during a U of O game. They allow me to be able to point to a very harmonious time during, say, vanishing point when things were going good. But if I see something I don't like, I'm gonna point to something that's not so good, like a dent in the fender of the Dirty Mary Crazy Larry Charger.
Mark's ridiculous. This is exactly why I'm painting all this stuff early in the morning from this point forward. It's distracting, I'm behind, just trying to get this car wrapped
He
up.
won't admit it, but if you were to watch back through the film, you would see that when I point like to a picture of the dent in the fender, he knows he's making a mistake. Whoa! Ready to clear? The big one?
What are you doing?
Did this help? You can laugh at it, but eventually I think you'll see body shops across the country where shop owners are standing in front of the booths with signs.
How much time do you have into this?
Oh, making the boards?
Yeah.
Not that much time, really. You can thank me for that invention. Obviously not the invention, that was Chip Kelly, but applying it to the body shop world.
The color wasn't too difficult. Clear laid down good, so it's pretty effortless to get it done.
I don't know about that, but it's beautiful, and you did a phenomenal job, seriously. No, seriously, it looks gorgeous. If you were to watch back through the film, you would see that when I point like to a picture of the dent in the fender, he knows he's making a mistake. And if you catch him real quick, he'll kind of look up and laugh like, "Ooh, what's that?" But then all of a sudden he'll go right back and he'll correct it. I think that you're going to find that that's a strategy used around
Very
body shops
distracting.
around. How is that distracting?
How is that motivation?
Yeah, you're right. What did this agent do? Call you up, Ned, I got a great role for you. Oh, really? What do I got to do? Anyway, bottom line, the car came out great.
It did.
Beautiful
Another
job.
one done.
That's the important thing. It's beautiful, and you did a phenomenal job, seriously. No, seriously, it looks gorgeous. No runs, no drips, no errors. And now that the car has been clear coated to perfection, because of my coaching skills, it's going to bake for a couple of hours. After that, it's going to come out. It's going to sit in the shop for 2 weeks. Then it's going to get wet sanded. It's going to get buffed to perfection. I'll give you a hand with that. Yep.
You haven't helped me in quite some time.
Yeah, and guess who's putting the billboards on it? The matte black 71 CUDA billboards. Yeah, that guy.
With Dave close to finishing the GTX, Allysa decides to take a different approach to getting her driving privileges back.
When I found out that my dad took the GTX on a test drive without me, I felt like I really missed out. Hey.
Hello. How's my daughter doing?
Doing good.
Good.
So I heard that Dave is out back and he's doing a couple things, just like finishing up on it. I'm hoping my dad will let me tag along and maybe test drive it before it heads out. I'm just gonna ask, can I please drive it? When I found out that my dad took the GTX on a test drive without me, I felt like I really missed out. Hey.
Hello. How's my daughter doing?
Doing good.
Good.
So I heard that Dave is out back and he's doing a couple things, just like finishing up on it. I'm hoping my dad will let me tag along and maybe test drive it before it heads out. I'm just gonna ask, can I please drive it?
No. Remember, you ruined your privileges. You stole the car at gunpoint. I remember it.
Okay.
I called the police. They said because you're my daughter, there's nothing I could do about it. I wanted to have you arrested.
This is the story now? This is what you're telling people?
If he's going on a road test, though, you can ride with him if you'd like.
I can't drive it.
Huh?
I can't drive it though.
I don't think you can drive it. That's the
Why?
problem. You know, the truth of the matter is I want to spend more time with Allysa driving. I want to give her privileges back, and this was kind of perfect timing because it needed to be road tested, but at the same time, it's a miserable car to drive.
So what do I have to do? I know, okay, I'm sorry about the Challenger thing. Sorry
Okay.
that I took that car.
Oh, you are?
No, I am. I'm really sorry.
No, you seem sorry. You seem really sorry.
Well, I really am. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So I can
Is
only.
Dave going on a road test in it?
Yeah. I wouldn't go by myself.
Huh?
I'm terrified. I would never take it by myself. I mean, it's Goldberg, Dad. Jeez, it's not you.
You know what? You can drive it. Yep, as long as Dave's in the passenger seat. That's the kind of guy I am. I'm a forgive and forget kind of guy.
Hey, Allysa, how's it going?
Going good. Going really good, actually.
Nice.
Do you have a few minutes?
Goldberg's car is manual steering with 60 series tires on the front and an 800-pound 440 in it. It is manual drum brakes. It takes Bill Goldberg, or me as you saw. I'll be honest, the other day when I drove it, I pulled a muscle right here in my elbow. I've got a tennis elbow anyway. She's not gonna be able to drive, she's gonna be able to steer it. It's gonna be hilarious, and I am going to laugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to spin it around the lot a little bit? Or?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, let's try it. Yeah, go ahead and jump
I'm
in
going to
there.
laugh like I've never laughed before in my entire life. I wish her the best of luck. The best of luck.
So yeah, you can go ahead and fire it up if you want. Yeah, I know you got to kind of wiggle. There you go.
Wow, that started up so easy.
It does. It's
right up.
Yeah,
like
this
a brand
thing
new
runs
car.
like a champ. Yeah.
What's
the
this
white,
for? Is this the gas?
That's
or-
the
or
high
gun
beams.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
Yeah, so whenever you got your headlights on, if you want to hit your high beams, it's got a foot pedal instead. Yeah, back it up just a little bit there.
Okay.
Before you get started, can you do me a favor? We always do a quick systems check. Can you turn the wheel all the way to the left for me? All the way to the left. Keep going. Yep. All the way. We want to check it.
Isn't it all the way?
No, it's got a lot further to go.
Are you sure?
Yeah, unfortunately, this doesn't have any power steering.
You see what
How far are we?
You know what I mean?
Oh, hang on a second. You're not.
Mike
You're.
Tyson.
You can let the clutch back out.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm used to putting it.
There you go.
Well, if you're
so
going,
weird.
Dad, if you're going, it's going to be
Oh,
easier
is it
to
easy?
turn.
Okay, okie dokie.
With some
Let's do a
speed.
systems check to make sure it moves, that the wheel works right
Do you want to get in the back?
while we're moving.
You want to drive with me?
No, I want you to wreck Goldberg's car and then explain it to him.
Wow.
I don't. I don't.
You do not. You do not. Goldberg.
Still in neutral. Pushing the clutch. Oh, there you go. Whoop. You're all right.
Shit, what's making that noise?
It's the throwout bearing.
Okay.
Oh, it's so much easier to turn.
There you go.
Oh, that's nice.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah, and you can
smooth.
push the clutch in a little bit, and
Yeah.
you'll feel it disengage.
Brakes aren't very responsive.
No. No, they're
Look at that.
all drum brakes. So there's no.
I'm gonna turn this around. Yeah.
Yeah, you made it. Look at that.
How
Yeah.
you like that steering by Armstrong, huh?
Easy.
Armstrong
easy.
steering.
Yeah, this is doing pretty good.
Turn around right there. So I figure if she got her feet wet, so to speak, with driving the hardest car on the planet to drive, then when we start moving into some of the other cars that do have the creature features of power disc brakes and power steering, she'll be more appreciative. But in reality, yeah, it was a bit of a gag, but she did all right. She got it turned around. It's almost impossible to steer it with it sitting still, and it took her a little bit to figure that out. But yeah, whip the wheel this way.
There you go.
Whip it this way.
There you go. Now let's roll back a little bit, and it'll help you turn. Just a little bit. All right. Now stop. Now start cranking it that way. Straight up. Let out your clutch real easy.
Why is he crazy?
Crank it hard. Crank it hard. There you go. Crank hard. We're not gonna make it. 'Cause we got those 4-foot blades right there.
You got it.
He said you're good. Keep going. Oh, look at that, son. Woo,
Steering
that's
by
a workout.
All right.
Yeah, making me tired watching you.
Well, it's a good thing Goldberg owns this car.
Oh,
Let me tell you
man.
what.
He'd probably turn it with his
don't-
finger. He'd be like, what's up with that?
That is a tough son of a bitch to drive right there.
Oh, I think that's all my arms can do, though. It's cool because we put in the interior and
Yeah, you want to drop the top?
seats. Yeah.
Let's drop the top.
How do
Flip
you do
down
it?
your visor there. Then pop this dude right here,
This is so cool.
like that. Yeah, and then just go ahead and pull your top button and push down.
Oh my god.
Check that out. Is that cool or what?
That is so cool.
Unfortunately, we probably got a bunch of rain clouds on it. You can keep going.
It goes down so quick.
It does,
too.
huh?
Yeah.
There you go. Right there.
Wow.
That's it.
Beautiful.
Isn't that great?
I'm gonna be sad to see this car leave. I'm tired.
Yeah. You got it out of your
Shut it off,
system?
do it.
Thanks for letting me drive it. Yeah, it was fun. And now, I mean, you trust me with Goldberg's car. Shoot. You can drive anything now. I did great. Didn't wreck this one.
No. No, that was a payback for stealing the car. You did good. Got a little muscle in them arms, huh?
While Allysa enjoys her newly restored driving privileges, Mark and the crew reflect on their week. Dave and Allysa built out the center console for Torino 67 GTX, assembled and installed the bumper on the 72 Charger, and installed the fuel tank on the Roadrunner convertible. Mark built out the brakes for the Lemon Twist Roadrunner, and despite Mark's interference, Will completed the final paint on the legendary Phantom Cuda. With good weather returning, Royal and Mark go back to work on the Power Wagon.
Turn it off, quick.
I am, Royal. I am.
Got a fuel leak.
I am, Royal. I am. I'm shutting it off, Royal. I
There
got
you
it,
go,
Chief.
buddy.
Thanks, pal. It did fire up. Started smoothing out. Carburetor, it's an old carburetor, probably from the 70s. So all the gaskets are shrunk up in it, so it's leaking fuel. All right, let's clean it up anyway, because I cannot stand the looks of it. But we're gonna have to do some work to it before we can drive it.
Oh, yeah.
Sound good? I think right now, while the sun is out and it's shining on your bald head, we're gonna use that
Your
as an
forehead.
advantage. This is a condition, all right?
Yep.
First thing Royal's gonna do, he's gonna spray down the engine compartment because I want it clean when we're working on it. He's using an alkaline cleaner. So he's just gonna coat the whole thing, the whole car, the bottom side of the hood, the hinges. Can I see that? No, you're not ready to do anything else. We gotta do the engine compartment first.
Where'd I miss?
Everywhere.
No, I
You
didn't.
have to flood it. It has to be flooded. Oh, look at there,
Yeah.
a funnel.
There's
You
a
gotta grab that
funnel,
out
a
of
can
there.
of oil.
Why don't you grab them out?
Oop.
Butch always came prepared.
Yep, power steering fluid.
Actually, I love detailing. In September 15th, 1985, I started my detail shop called Welby's Car Care, and that's kind of what we've grown from since then. So I cut my teeth doing detailing. For me, this is fun stuff. I enjoy doing it. So just soak the whole thing. There, I like that a lot. Yeah, it's a 50% overlap. You can make fun of it, but it works. I love you, brother.
Oh, you don't.
I do so. Don't you ever say that
You
again.
just love making fun of me.
Well,
You
I can make fun
of
of you.
everybody.
I make fun of the ones I love. You know that.
I think he missed a spot or two. That 50% overlap just went out of his brain.
So now that the truck's all cleaned up, I got to order up a few pieces for it, and as soon as we get the parts in, get another break-in time, because this is our own personal project, it's not a customer car, we'll put our parts on it, get it ready to go out on the road and tour the old neighborhood. North A Street, the old chapel.
Just a
right next to
carburetor
each
and
other.
header,
That's a funeral home.
carburetor and mufflers is all we need.
Carburetor mufflers. Also, we want to do the tune-up on it and change all the fluids. Other than that,
Wow, you've come a long way. I'm proud of you.
I don't know what that means.